What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So today we're talking about the New England Patriots, but specifically we're talking about one of the hottest free agents this coming off season, and that being T. Higgins. Obviously, the reason being for T. Higgins is the Bengals may not be able to afford to keep him. He's a 25-year-old wide receiver who is 6'4". A lot of teams are going to be going after T. Higgins, and there was just a report from a New England insider that said the Patriots will be offering the moon to get T. Higgins this offseason to pair with Drake May. So today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go after T. Higgins, get him on this Patriots roster, and today just do a T. Higgins New England Patriots rebuild and see what it would look like if it did actually happen. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. So obviously, when it comes to T. Higgins, I've said that name so many times already, but the Bengals may not be able to afford to keep him. They're going to have to pay Jamar Chase soon, as we all know. Joe Burrow got paid, and their defense is really bad. So you got to make a lot of upgrades on the defensive side of the ball. Now, Joe Burrow just said that he would do whatever it takes for T. Higgins to stay. So maybe he does end up staying with the Bengals. But most reports hint at him leaving, right? That's like where it kind of stands right now. But we'll see what happens, in real life. But today we're going to make him a New England Patriot. But here is your team for the rest of the season. Obviously, a lot of work to be done, but one of the most important things you can do for your young quarterback, as we all know, is to pair him with a good wide receiver, which is what we'll be doing today. So let's go ahead. So we're to the end of year one. Yeah, this team finishes out, and then we'll get T. Higgins in the offseason. So before we head into free agency, of course, we have the re-signing stage, and we can go look at the player stats and kind of see how things look. So obviously, Drake May was pretty damn good for the most part. You don't want to see that many turnovers, but there's obviously hope with Drake May as the quarterback going forward. I think this draft class, honestly, there's a ton of good rookies. There's an incredible draft class, probably a generational draft class with how many guys there are. Brock Bowers, Malik Neighbors, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Drake May. JJ McCarthy will be there. Michael Penix, Bo Nix. Like, it's insane how good this draft class really was. So 782 yards from Hunter Henry, 620 from Douglas, 400 from Kayshawn. So obviously we're not getting a ton of production out of our wide receiver room right now, which is why T. Higgins makes a lot of sense for this offense. But that being said, let's get into the resigning stage and kind of see who we need to keep around. So we got Jonathan Jones, who's a 31-year-old corner. Cole Strange, which we can go and accept a fifth-year option on him. KJ Osborne, who I believe the Patriots just cut, actually. So we won't resign him. David Andrews at 33. Yeah, we can keep him for now, but obviously we need to look for an upgrade for the future because he won't be exactly a longevity type of player for us. And after that, I think that might be all she wrote. There's Austin Hooper as well, but Yannick Ngakoue, which I didn't even realize he was on the Patriots. Interesting. I thought he was on the Ravens, but whatever. Let's get straight into the offseason and get into stage one, and then we can get T. Higgins on this roster. So I guess that's where we'll start because, as we all know, he's never in free agency. So what we're going to do is put him on this Patriots roster, and that will be like our first free agent signing for this video. So I'll get him on here real quick, and I'll show you guys some of the offers we make in free agency to upgrade the rest of the roster. Let's take a look at kind of what we need. Obviously, injuries might still be showing, so we may not be able to see our full roster. But if we generate our best lineup currently, so we have right side of the offensive line definitely needs some work. We did sign David Andrews, but he's hurt, so he'll be the center. So the right side is primarily what needs work over here. Hunter Henry's a solid tight end. I don't mind Douglas, and then Kendrick Bourne, and then Jalen Polk. I actually like the future, what he could be in the future. Stevenson's okay, but, wouldn't mind an upgrade in the future. We have Gibson as well. Defensively, you have some pieces, like Christian Gonzalez, obviously an amazing player. I still will never forgive Ron Rivera for passing on Gonzalez for Emmanuel Forbes. It makes no sense, but hey, Patriots benefited off that mistake. But yeah, there are definitely some pieces to like on the defense, but let's go ahead and get T. Higgins on this roster. I'll show you guys who we signed in free agency. So we are making 5 offers here in free agency. Technically, I guess 5 because we're pretending we signed T. Higgins in free agency as well, but he never is in free agency. So I'm going for Zach Martin. I'm going for Baron Browning. I'm going for Tyrell Dodson. I'm going for Matthew Judon. So reunion with Matthew Judon as well. So I guess we'll up our offer on Zach Martin, but I want to be able to protect Drake May. So obviously 34-year-old superstar guard sounds pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can sign at least 3 of the 4 of these guys. And we get Zach Martin and Matthew Judon. Fortunately, missed out on Baron Browning, which would have loved to have gotten him. But hey, we get Zach Martin and Matthew Judon. So that's pretty solid at least. So 2 superstar players coming to New England. Let's see if we can get a different middle linebacker then. So Bobby Wagner or Jack Gibbons. We can go for Jack Gibbons, who has no offers right now. So probably not going to be a ton of, additions through free agency currently. I don't think there's really much of anything else. So David Long, yeah. So I don't think we'll be getting much of anything else here in free agency. I guess there's a 26-year-old corner we can go for here as well. Don't know how to say his name, but if we can get him to come here as well, that'd be great. So he has a better offer though, so we will not be able to get him. Daryl Baker we can offer on just to kind of add some room in the corner, add some cornerback depth. We might not be able to do it in the draft, but I guess we'll kind of see what's available to us at the top of the draft. Might be drafting a right tackle, honestly, because protecting Drake May is important, but Daryl Baker, Jack Gibbons, that could, finish this free agency period. So, yeah, basically got 5 additions. T. Higgins and those 4 guys. So let's take a look at the lineup now currently with those guys added in, and we'll see kind of what we can do in the draft now that this is all said and done. So, you have David Andrews when he's back. You have Zach Martin, right tackle is clearly the big gaping hole on this offense right now, but T. Higgins, Kendrick Bourne, Demario Douglas is a solid wide receiver room with Hunter Henry, and defensively, you have, Tavai and then Judon now added to the roster as well. Cornerback, probably use another one, but overall, not a bad-looking team for the circumstances. A middle linebacker could be used as well. Just realized we're missing Juwan Bentley, who's not healthy currently, so that'll help out. But let's go ahead, get into the draft, and continue on with adding new pieces to this team to surround Drake May. So we'll be picking number 2 overall. So I will be honest, if Travis Hunter doesn't get taken 1, I think we have to take him, right? Like, we really can't pass on an opportunity. I was going to take a tackle, but, I mean, Travis Hunter is available. You take him. So Giants will more than likely draft one of the quarterbacks if I had to guess, which at least they should in theory, but there's no guarantee. So if they don't take Travis Hunter, I'm taking him. Let's see who they took. So they took Michael Williams. Okay, so they took a left end instead. So we will jump to the board and we will absolutely take Travis Hunter with no hesitation. So we'll come down this board. Again, getting one of these tackles would have been great too, but you can't pass on getting Travis Hunter, the Heisman winner, more than likely. So welcome to the Patriots. I mean, you absolutely smashed that selection. Obviously a great selection. Welcome to the Patriots. Very happy to have Travis Hunter out of Colorado. So that's a good selection. And now we can take our tackle in round 2. So him and Gonzalez going forward is going to be disgusting. I'm excited about that. Jalen Monroe gets selected by the Giants. They draft a quarterback in round 2. Okay. All right. So we have Reed Hulsky out of Miami of Ohio. He looks okay, but we'll see if there's anything better. There should be some other tackle options here. So we're not taking a quarterback, obviously. Could take a pass rusher too. Like, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but I do believe protecting Drake May is more important than anything we could take here. So Anthony Belton out of NC State honestly looks a little bit better than the guy we just looked at. So I do think I'm going to smash Anthony Belton here with this second round pick. So yeah, pretty solid. Going to be a normal dev starter, but we'll take it because we needed somebody there. So that's going to be our brand new tackle. Welcome to the Patriots. And then we'll draft in round 3, and then we'll make our last selection here. So this could be a pass rusher. So let's see. So we got Georgia run stopper, and we got I don't know how to say that name, but what else do we got? Shamar Stewart. So yeah, we could take Shamar Stewart as well and like move him to linebacker if needed. So let's take a look at both these guys. So B tackle, A to C pursuit. But do we like him? Let's see. I don't know. It says day 3 projection, so I can't get behind that. So I'm going to draft Shamar Stewart, and we're going to put him at linebacker opposite of Matthew Judon potentially for some more depth. But overall, I feel decent about that. So I think this offseason was pretty successful, trying to surround Drake May with more talent. I'm feeling good about this. I'm going to let my AI GM take care of the rest. We take our first 3 round picks, and now we'll see what the lineup's looking like for year number 2 with Drake May as the full-time starter. Let's go take a look at the lineup for year number 2 and kind of see what it will look like. So obviously we took our tackle, and he will be starting at left tackle. Got Awanu on the other side. I don't even know if I'm saying that name correctly, to be honest. Zach Martin, David Andrews, Cole Strange, Hunter Henry, Mario Douglas, Drake May, Gibson, Stevenson, T. Higgins, Kendrick Bourne. Looks really, really solid. I love what I'm seeing on the offense. I think this gives Drake May a solid foundation to work with this season. Defensively, we got Matthew Judon as depth. Would low-key like him starting opposite of Tavai here. And I said we would move Shamar Stewart to linebacker, so maybe we could do that. And then Travis Hunter, we could start at cornerback 2 immediately. Obviously, he'll become a freaking stud. So I'm going to move Shamar Stewart to left outside linebacker just because I want him to go after the quarterback. So we're going to do that. And then we'll simulate year 2 and kind of see how things go. And hopefully things go better or a lot better this year, and we can be better than last year, obviously, which I do believe with everything we've done, there's a good chance that is the case. So take a look at it now on the defense side of the football, see what it looks like currently. So Shamar Stewart actually goes down to 70 overall, but I'm still going to go ahead and play him. I guess he'll be backing up Jennings. So Judon, I guess we'll back up Tavai. That's fine or whatever. So All right, so defensively, 95% scheme fit, and offensively, West Coast zone run looks good too. All right, so assimilate year number 2, and hopefully this team does a lot better than last year. Maybe even make the playoffs. Maybe. I'm not saying it's impossible. Not saying it's going to happen either. We'll just kind of feel it out. So at the end of year number 2, things do improve, but unfortunately, it's still not good enough to make the playoffs. We go 8-9, only 1 game away from going over 500, which really sucks. So it looks like we were right at 500 in the last game of the season. Could have finished at 9-8, but ran into the Ravens. So overall, got to be pretty ecstatic about that turn of events. Things went a lot better. So offensively, 27th in the NFL, and then defensively, we were 15th in the NFL. So Drake May, 26-10, will absolutely take that. 700 yards and 8 touchdowns from Stevenson. Kendrick Bourne, 900 yards. T. Higgins, 900 yards, only 5 touchdowns. And then sacks-wise, you had 5.5 from Judon. So nice little reunion with him having 5.5 sacks. 4.5 from Barrymore, 4 from Keon White, and 2.5 from Bentley. Yeah, 2 interceptions from Bentley as well, and 2 from Tavai, and then 2 from Gonzalez. 1 from Jennings, only 1 from Travis Hunter, which is a little disappointing, but what can you do? So let's get into the offseason once again. And as usual, just get straight to the re-signing stage and continue to build this roster up from where it is currently. I mean, good, solid first offseason, in my opinion, getting Travis Hunter and everything else we added to both sides of the ball. We can only build on that here by keeping everybody that deserves to stay and then add even more pieces. And I think there's a good chance we find ourselves in the playoffs next season. I really do. So we're going to have about $79 million in cap space. So we'll see what this looks like. I know Cole Strange, I believe, will be a free agent. So we only have 7 players to negotiate with. Let's see how important they are. So Gonzalez, no brainer, except that. Marcus Jones, I do want to keep around as well. I think he's a solid corner 3 at this point. Obviously, Travis Hunter and Gonzalez will be the 2 lead corners. Bentley, 30 years old. He'd be like the only other one we should probably keep around. So yeah, I think as our middle linebacker 2, that's fine. I do believe getting a better middle linebacker is still definitely something we should look into. And if we can keep our kicker, we'll go ahead and do that too. So keep Riley Patterson. All right. $63 million in cap space still to work with, though, around Drake May's rookie contract. So let's make sure we take full advantage, and we'll see what is available to us in free agency. I mean, we could go after like Mark Andrews, who's always here. Let's take a look and kind of see if any development traits have gone up or whatever it may look like. So we have pretty much the same thing on the offense. Nothing changed too much. I mean, we really don't need to do anything on the offense currently. I think it's solid enough. I guess the one position, like if we could get an elite running back, I don't know if that would be here in free agency though. It might be, but we could look into it. And defensively, you have Jennings, and then obviously Judon's now gone, but safeties are fine. I think linebackers is clearly the bigger problem, and then maybe a D tackle upgrade would be nice too, and a middle linebacker. So more needs on the defense than the offense, but let's go ahead and see if we could address some of those things in free agency. So we have made 3 offers here in free agency, all for some really good damn players. We're going after Andrews, Odafe, and Deontay Wyatt, who is a superstar X factor for some reason. So we're going to see if we can get all 3 of these guys. I think that'd be a really solid haul, or at least 2 of the 3. We may not get Deontay Wyatt. We are going to get Odafe and Andrews. So that's fine. We don't get Deontay Wyatt, which would have been really nice to get him, but unfortunately not going to be the case. So other D tackles we go for, like there's DJ Reader, there's Levi, there's Malcolm Roach. So I guess DJ Reader would be a fine little get. So he could, start over Devon. So, and then middle linebacker, which we're not going to get him either. I don't think there was any good middle linebackers here either, unfortunately. So nothing really to go for in this regard. But getting Andrews and also Odafe is still a really solid haul in free agency. So we'll skip right to the draft because there's not much left else for us in free agency. Low key, depending on what is available to us on the board, I might make a trade on draft night. Maybe. It depends what's available to us, though. Middle linebacker, D tackle remains the biggest needs on the roster currently after everything we just did. So Hunter Henry and Andrews is going to be a solid tight end rotation. So I'm excited about that to give Drake May another weapon to throw to. And then obviously adding Odafe just makes our pass rush that much better. So defense should be incredible. As long as we can add a D tackle, middle linebacker in this draft, I think we're going to be in a really good position. So let's look into that, and hopefully we can find that with our draft picks. Let's just jump straight into it, shall we? So $23 million in cap space. Don't know if we'll get that lucky, though. So we'll be picking at number 13 because we went 8 and 9. So we don't have like the greatest pick in the world. So let's see who's available to us. So Peter Woods goes, which would have been nice, but he did not fall to us, obviously. All right, so let's take a look at who is available to us that are left. So we have Trey Moore, who always seems to be here. Marvin Jones. We have Jermaine Matthews, a quarterback, any middle linebackers or, D tackles. Not really on the board. Or there is, Trevor Etienne if we wanted a running back upgrade, but or there's Malachi Hughes out of Tulane. So nothing I'm really seeing. Like there's DJ Hicks down the board as well. We could draft. But you know, I might low key get aggressive here and make a trade. I just don't like some of the options on the board. So we'll see if we could trade for a D tackle or a middle linebacker that's worth a first. We're going to make sure it's worth it. We're not just going to, you know, trade for some star development player. We're going to make sure if we're going to do this, it's got to be, well, star development's a stretch. Like, it's got to be a damn good player. You'll see what I mean. So I'm actually not trading my first round pick. Instead, I'm trading a second in this draft and a seventh in the future to get Tremaine Edmunds to be our brand new starter. He's 28 years old, right in the prime of his career. So we're going to get our starting middle linebacker with that selection. We're still on the board, and I kind of want to see if we could trade down the draft to get DJ Hicks later. So we can get a future first. I want to stay in this draft, obviously. So we can just trade down 3 picks for nothing else. Yeah, that makes sense, Raiders. I don't even know why you're offering me that. So we get down to 2022, and we get a third rounder in this draft as well. So, or we can get, yeah, that's not bad. I might actually do that. Dolphins and a third round pick. Yeah, that 49ers are offering me the best offer for sure. So let's do this with the 49ers. We're going to trade down to 22 and get an extra third in this draft. So I'm feeling good about that. And now we'll go see if DJ Hicks can fall to us. That's my game plan anyway, because that's who I'll take. And of course, I can't see the board, so I have no idea who went where. So let's see if he's still available to us. We may have missed out on him potentially, but that's the risk you take when you do that. So is he here? No, he's not, of course. All right, so he got taken, unfortunately. So is there any good D tackles left available to us? Let's see. There is Joshua Farmer out of Florida State. I guess we can go ahead and take him to be our D tackle pick. So number 74, true value, draft number 22. So going to be our starter. Would have loved to have seen him be hidden dev, but unfortunately did not get that lucky. Now we won't be picking around 2 because we just traded it for Tremaine Edmunds. But we will be picking twice in the third round. So I was kind of hoping Trevor Etienne would fall to us, but I did not get that lucky. So let's go ahead and see what's still available to us. So we got Pritchett, which taking a tackle for depth in the future does not sound too bad with how many options there are. We got a lot of safeties as well. So, and we have Justice Haynes out of Alabama down here as well. So maybe taking a running back could be the move here, but let's go ahead and start with one of these tackles. So he actually looks pretty good. A pass block finesse, a stamina. So we're going to take Elijah Pritchett here with this selection. And he looks pretty solid. Hidden depth, so that gives us a tackle in the future. More depth in the future for that. And then now let's go to our other third round pick. And we might just take the running back to give us a potential running back upgrade in the future, because I don't believe in I don't believe in Stevenson going forward potentially. So Justin Haynes, just give us another look, and boom, we'll take him. Only normal dev though, so it'll still be Stevenson this season. But overall, feeling pretty good about both offseason and how they went. Getting Andrews Odafe, we got Travis Hunter the previous offseason. Slowly building this team back up, but I do think there's a really good chance we find ourselves in the playoffs this upcoming season. I don't see why not. So here's the lineup for season number 3. Offense is pretty much exactly the same. Haynes is not going to touch Stevenson's starter spot this year, but Douglas, T. Higgins, Kendrick Bourne, Butte, you got Harbor down here, and it looks like Jalen Polk has just completely left the depth chart, which is unfortunate. Defensively, you got Drew Peppers, Tavai, Tremaine Edmunds, obviously added him, and then Farmer is not going to be good enough to take over. I don't know how to say his last name, but obviously he's not going to take his spot. Hunter, Baker, Jones. This should be a very solid team, and I expect to be a playoff team this year with Drake May leading the charge. So we'll see how season number 3 goes, and hopefully we find ourselves in the postseason. So at the end of year number 3, we finished up at 11-6, and we head to Indianapolis to play the Colts in round 1. So pretty solid, third season. Obviously, we wanted to be in the playoffs, and we absolutely made it. So offensively was 17th in the NFL, and defensively we were second in the NFL. So I think with Travis Hunter and obviously Christian Gonzalez, that helps out a ton. 35-9 from Drake May. Stevenson, 6 touchdowns, 800 yards, and then receiving wise, T. Higgins, that's the season we want to see. 1,100 yards and 11 touchdowns, and then 14 from Kendrick Bourne, who had a really good season as well. Douglas, also really solid. So love that. And defensively, sacks-wise, you had 10 from Odafe and 10 from Keon White. So defensively, we were really getting after it. 3 interceptions from Tremaine Edmunds, led the team in tackling, it looks like, as well. So really solid trade there. Travis Hunter with 2 interceptions and 2 from Marte as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hopefully start this deep playoff run, because honestly, I do think with a second overall ranked defense, we could go to the Super Bowl. Like, this is quick, but I really do think there's a chance. Let's go ahead and see if we can start off by beating the Colts in round 1 of the wildcard weekend. The Drake May versus Anthony Richardson. Let's see how this one ends up. So we're going to be in a dome game in Indy, and we will start off with a field goal lead. Defensively is where we'll more than likely hang our hat on, as defense, just allowed a touchdown as I was saying that. But 17-7, and they will get a field goal as well. Offensively, we will respond with a touchdown. And now the Colts will, if we can score here, that's game. And they didn't even get the ball back. So just like that, we win wildcard weekend against the Colts. They were 9-8. We finished up at 11-6, I believe, or 10-7, can't remember. But we're on to the playoff, or we're on to divisional round. We'll play whoever's in front of us there. But overall, a really solid start to Drake May's postseason career. And now for divisional round, headed over to the Chiefs to play, or headed over to Arrowhead to play the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously going to be a much tougher matchup than Anthony Richardson and the Colts. And we do have a snowy game as well. So we do get a stop. Defense is playing well, but our offense isn't doing anything much so far. It's going to be a quick 14-0 for the Patriots or for the Chiefs. And now we get a field goal interception. So now it's 9-14. So we could take the lead here, and we don't. What about now? Can we go take the lead now? And we do. It's 15-14. What a bizarre score. But if we can go, score a touchdown on this drive, we could make things very interesting. So we're going to go ahead and put on some true clock and beat Ramondre Stevenson. Obviously not the best running back in the world, but he can get the job done. And let's try to take a lot of time off the clock and get a touchdown on top of that. So only going to net us 1 yard, unfortunately, on that first carry. So we're going to have to maybe start airing the ball out a little bit, which is no problem because obviously we have some weapons on offense for Drake May to spread the ball to. So we're going to go to T. Higgins, our main addition of the video, and that's going to be a 3rd and 1. I do obviously like these zig routes, so hopefully I can get Kendrick Bourne for a first down, or there's Andrews as well. So either one of them should be there for the first down, and Andrews will be there, and more, and that's going to be a beautiful, beautiful throw there. So that's going to get us a lot of yards like we want. So zig routes are so disgusting in Madden. I absolutely love them. All right. We're still in 5 wide, so we're still airing the ball out, and Higgins is going to be there again. That was a little bit of a hospital ball. Probably shouldn't have thrown it, but I needed it to get out of that formation. So a lot of zig routes, but I rock with it. So Andrews, Higgins might be open in the middle for a quick throw. So I'm going to throw him on his go route, and we're going to hit him right away. Actually, no, we're not. That was really stupid. I thought for some reason I could hit him right away. Maybe I should have just kept him in his route he was running, but whatever. Nothing I can do about it now. All right, so Gibson's out here for this 3rd down. I have Andrews, I think, for the first down. I thought I did. It's 4th and 10. I'm a psychopath, but I'm going for this. I keep trying to get the ball out quickly to avoid sacks, and it's just not working in our favor. So I'm going to go back to this. And if they give me that same look with T. Higgins, which they won't, obviously, but I do believe he will get open in the middle. As long as I got time, he is there. That's what we wanted, and now he's there. That was a psychopathic go for it 4th down, but if you give the ball back to the Chiefs, you're in trouble. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So obviously we got to go score a touchdown, and then we might be crazy and go for 2 to put this game out of reach. I might do it. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I may not do it, but I am thinking about going for 2 if we are to get this in the end zone. I think that might leave T. Higgins open again here. So if he gets over, and he does, and that is going to be, I think, yeah, it's in the end zone. So it may have left the Chiefs with too much time, but screw it. I'm not going to go for 2. Let's just, allow our defense to hopefully stop them. They have to go for 2, obviously, to tie the game. And we get an interception, and that should be all she wrote, I think. And just like that, we head to division round and Kansas City. We go for it on 4th and 10 like some psychopaths. It works out, and now we're headed to the AFC Championship. And in this AFC Championship, we get to play our fellow division rival, the Buffalo Bills. So this will be interesting to see how this goes. Josh Allen been on fire in real life, as we all know. Kind of mentioned that, I believe, in a different video earlier. So let's go ahead and see if we can come out here and beat the Bills in Buffalo. Obviously going to be a very tough environment, but we're familiar with it because we've been here plenty of times. Now we're down 3-0 to start things off, but offense is doing nothing thus far. But we will get a field goal here. Can we get a stop on defense? No. What about a touchdown? We do get a touchdown. It's now 9-17, so we can tie the game technically, but this could be a scenario where if we tie this game, we might leave the Bills with a lot of time left to go kick a field goal to win the game. So we're going to have to play this in the correct way. I'm going to throw Andrews on a go route and see if they leave him one-on-one. I'm going to go to Andrews here. I barely got that ball off, but Yep, that's why we signed Mark Andrews. That is exactly why we signed Mark Andrews, and we got the ball off barely there. But if I can score quickly, that way we have opportunity to get the ball back. That's kind of what I want to do. So Andrews is there again. They just don't want to guard him, I guess. So let's just continue to feed him because that's why we signed him, right? Let's come out of that same play. I'm going to throw Andrews on this out route, and I'm going to try to hit him here. He is there again, so we're just going to keep feeding him. They want to guard him, so there's going to be 2 minutes left on the clock after this because we're not going to get the snap off. All right, so we obviously are going to have to go for 2 here to tie this game. And I do always have an ideal play when it comes to that. So hopefully we can get that in once we hopefully score a touchdown here. So this is an interesting little play design. But I wonder if I can hit Higgins. Ooh, Higgins is there. That's a touchdown. So T. Higgins touchdown. But obviously, like I said, we got to go for 2 here. And I do not trust the AI giving me the opportunity to get this 2. So let's go for 2 here, and I'm looking for stick here. So T. Higgins hopefully will be able to come up with this, and he is there. Hopefully he comes down with it. Massive, and we tie the game. So now, can our defense get a stop is the question, and we'll see how this ends up. So we do get a stop. 46 seconds left, and now we have the opportunity to go kick the game-winning field goal to win the game. So that is fantastic. Let's see how this ends up. So I'm gonna go to T. Higgins here. That's double covered. I should not have thrown that. Honestly, lucky that should not intercepted, but I saw the pass rush and just wanted to get rid of the ball. So I'm like, hey, just throw it to your best player. I'm not the best Madden player, and I don't pretend to be either. But, you know, I make it work. So let's see if we can... Let's see. What do we like here? I don't know if I like any of this. Levels. Let's come out to this and see if we can maybe hit Kendrick Bourne in the middle or something. So Kendrick Bourne should be there. He's there. Nice. And we will get our first timeout off. We have 3 timeouts, which honestly, we might be able to even avoid a field goal and just go score a touchdown because I hate field goals, as most of you know if you watch my videos. So Andrews, though, is there for a nice little catch as well. So that'll be another timeout taken. So I love that. And now we're going to call this play. We're going to run this play called Dagger and see if we can't hit a dagger on the Patriots here or if they're going to allow that. Ooh, I think we... Oh my goodness, we had Kendrick Bourne one-on-one. I wanted to take that shot. I'm glad I got the ball off, though, so I didn't have to waste a timeout. But, bro, honestly, when I tell you I think that might have been there for the touchdown, I don't know, man. It may not have worked out, but I do feel like it could have. So, all right. If they leave T. Higgins one-on-one, which they're not, I'm going to go to B here. Demario Douglas for the winner. What do we say? Oh my goodness, he came down with it. Let's go, baby. All right. Now, the Bills do have 20 seconds to tie it. Hopefully, they don't do that, though. And they don't. Interception for Christian Gonzalez. And we're moving on to the Super Bowl. Demario Douglas with such an insane catch. Holy crap. Wow, that was massive. Yeah, Demario Douglas, I freaking love you for that. Let's get to the Super Bowl. And now it is time for the Super Bowl. And guess who we get to play? It is the Philadelphia Eagles. So a rematch from years ago. The Philly special. Doug Peterson, Nick Foles. We all remember it. So let's see if we can come out here and avenge Tom Brady and the Patriots. Can we take the early lead here? We get an interception midfield, or that's a penalty. Or we're up 7-0 now. And another intercept. It looks like we've gotten 2 interceptions. I'm not sure if that earlier one was an interception, but we're up 14-0 already, which is so good. Go score again here. No, the Eagles will score a touchdown. So can we go score again here? And now, of course, the Eagles tie it up. Why would we not score more points to make sure they don't? But unfortunately, our offense is stalled out. So let's see if we can come out here and take over for the offense. And let's see if we can get some points on the board. And they're going to blitz. Not going to really get any yards out of that. So let's put on shoe clock as well, because I want to take as much time off the clock as possible. I want to make sure this ball does not end up in Philly's hands with the lead any further in this game, clearly. So let's see. We have Andrews for a first down. I think he is going to be there for the first down, so that's nice. So not much for T. Higgins or for Drake May in this game. We are going to throw a screen to, well, actually, I don't like this at all. Red zone up. We might throw this nice little shot to Andrews if he gets open. What else do we have? The Bourne's route is interesting, but I am going to go to Andrews here. This was not thrown exactly where I wanted it to be, though. I wanted that more on the outside. He kind of threw it upfield a little bit too much, so that did not work out like I wanted. But all right. So 14-14, we need a first down here. So let's come out of that and let's go to our traditional 4 verts. We all love this play. I'm going to get... Okay, that was thrown behind him, so that's not good. All right, well, we need a first down now because we can't give the ball back to the Eagles here without a first down. That's just disastrous. So let's see if we can get a first down. We have T. Higgins for the first down. He is going to catch it, which is why we got him in free agency. Well, I guess, why the Patriots should get him in free agency. We didn't technically get him in free agency because he's never in free agency, but he was the theme of today's video regardless. All right. 2-minute warning strikes. It is still a tie ball game, and all we need to do now is take care of the ball, get this in field goal range, take all the time off the clock. We should be chilling. So I'm going to go to Kendrick Bourne here. It's going to get us a first down. That's nice. Let's go no huddle here. Going to take some time off the clock. Keep them on their toes. We're going to keep running these zig routes because zig routes are disgusting. So Andrews for the zig. That's going to be a little bit of a dangerous throw. The DB played that pretty well, but overall, we got it, obviously. All right, so let's see if we can get another first down here. We have Higgins. We had to wait for it, but he does get there. Now it's 1st and 10. 6 catches on the day for him. And now we'll probably start running the football and see if the Eagles will start using their timeouts or not. I don't know if they will, but if they do, that would be awesome. That way they have no chance of icing me. And that's going to be a nice little gain. And they do call their timeout, so that's what we wanted. 3-yard gain. All right. We're just going to keep this ball on the ground and take as much time off the clock as possible. We need 1 first down to truly ice the game away, though. And that's going to be a first down. And then maybe even oh, no, it's not. Stevenson's not fast enough. 3rd and 2. I thought that was going to be a first down, but it's not. All right. Well, I am still going to run it twice here. Now, I have to get a first down. I cannot get the ball back to the Eagles. I just can't. And that is going to be a first down, thankfully. So now they will obviously call all their timeouts. All their timeouts are gone. And now we will try to see if we can run this football to the end zone. So let's see if we can get a nice little chunk here. So that's we're going to be on the 1, on the 2, I guess. All right, let's continue to run this ball. Can we just get like a traditional run play? That's what I wanted. All right, 30 seconds left. We have all 3 timeouts. Obviously, taking as much time off the clock as possible. They might be able to stop me on this first play, and they do. So 24 seconds left. Let's call our second timeout. And if they stop me for if I don't get a touchdown here, then whatever. We'll just kick the field goal, and we'll call it a day. But we should be able to get in the end zone. Yeah, there we go. 21-14 with no timeouts. That should in the game, and it does. And just like that, we take care of the last drive and bring home a Lombardi trophy back to the Patriots with Drake May leading the charge. So beautiful way to end the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yesterday, I think we lost to the Eagles in the Jets video, so thankfully today we're back on top. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see you on the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.